What's going on, everybody, and welcome to B&J's PlayStation Extravaganza. Working title. I woke up this morning.
No, that's the official title.
I woke up this morning and I was like, do we really want to call it that?
Yeah, we do. What do you...
Anyway.
Come on.
I'm Brent. If he wants to call himself by J, he can. Or if he wants to give us...
James.
Okay, it's James. Okay, we're going to go by our names. Perfect.
Yeah.
And just kind of a quick little setup here about, what was it? It was like 3 months ago, right? And I was like, we need to do... I hit you up because I know that in our chat, we are the primary PlayStation people.
Yeah.
We have some
generally.
like Jalen's sort of 50-50. But let's face it, he's mostly an Xbox guy. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
He is.
Yeah. But like we are the PlayStation people. We play most of our stuff on PlayStation. I
don't even have an Xbox.
Yeah, and I got rid of my Xbox a couple years ago. If there's an Xbox game that I want to play, I'll play it on my PC. But those games are going to wind up on PlayStation soon anyway. With that being said, I'm going to try... the purpose of this show is to not talk about Xbox too much, because what I've discovered on Twitter is that the Xbox podcasters only talk about PlayStation and the PlayStation podcasters only talk about Xbox. And I just want to have just a fun, not very long show about PlayStation related news, whether it be, specifically PlayStation news or just games coming to PlayStation. Now, don't get me wrong. If there is a need to bring up Xbox, we will. Such as, for example, one of the topic today will be the PlayStation State of Play from last week, and they announced Microsoft Flight Simulator coming to PlayStation. So if an Xbox game comes to PlayStation, that's when we'll talk about that. Or if a PlayStation game goes to Xbox, we'll talk about that as well. But for the most part, we're not going to be talking about Xbox. So if you come in here for us to bash, if you're coming here to see us bash Phil Spencer, you're not going to get that. If you came here to see us bash Game Pass, you're not going to get that. So we're just going to be talking about PlayStation or PlayStation related news, etc., etc., etc. Right, James?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're into. Me, Brent, for the most part. Like I said, I don't really even own an Xbox, and I think it's kind of goofy that all these people, like, the console wars thing is kind of goofy.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
When it gets taken to the degree that it does. So that was our goal here.
Exactly. So, the next thing is our goal is to put a show out every 2 weeks.
Yeah, every 2 weeks, give or take.
I've found that I have done weekly shows in the past, and it gets stale after a while because there's only so much gaming. Even if it was just an all-encompass gaming thing that I would do, like, it would get stale after a while because trying to come up with topics every week is hard when something isn't always happening.
And we want to keep this fun. I mean, we don't want to wear ourselves out. Exactly.
So, with that being said, should we jump into it?
Let's do it.
So at the time of this recording, we are recording on September 28th. And fun fact, September 28th is the day that Jill Valentine decided to leave Raccoon City in Resident Evil 3. Yeah.
That's good knowledge.
It is good knowledge.
Also my mom's birthday, shout out.
Yeah. I'll send you the clip. Yes, happy birthday to James' mom. Okay, so anyway, it's September 28th, last Wednesday on the 24th. We had a State of Play, and it was good. Like, it was good. And I feel comfortable saying that it was good because I have said that State of Plays in the past were horrible. So
right.
I know that there's going to be a clear and obvious bias because it's a PlayStation show, but like like it was actually a solid show. Now,
Yeah.
yeah. We didn't like everything, but there was a lot of good stuff shown for a little bit of something for everybody, which
Right.
which is important.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impossible to be interested in everything on these shows, but you know, getting a little bit a little bit of something for everybody is important, I think.
I agree. Putting the obvious to aside.
Right.
Okay, the two PlayStation Studios games, putting those aside, we'll talk about those at the end. Okay. What were some games that stuck out to you?
Well, definitely Halloween the game is a funny one, right?
Sure.
Because I heard that Halloween music. I'm a movie guy first and foremost, right?
Mhm.
I heard that Halloween music the second it came on. I was like, that's Halloween. They're doing a Halloween game. I got excited. And then the trailer came on, and it's just the Friday the 13th game. And I'm honestly, I'm disappointed because I feel like gaming, this is going to get into movie territory, but I feel like gaming, a video game is such a clear and easy next step for the Halloween franchise to take. Like the franchise is dead right now. It would be such an easy step to take. And I think doing basically the asymmetrical horror multiplayer experience is kind of overdone. And what it looks like they've done is just cloned the Friday the 13th game and put Michael Myers in.
Well, it's well, we've seen plenty of games. We've seen plenty of games like this one. By the way, folks.
Yeah.
By the way, folks, if the audio sounds a little weird during this first show, it will get corrected by the second one. I'm playing, and I think starting on the second one, I will do full headphones because my mic is picking up his audio. So that might sound a little weird. I'm not going to change things up as it is. I'm not going to change things up right now because anyway. Anyway, so there's been a lot of games like that. So like you've got the typical, you got the Dead by Daylight that's kind of like where like, and then you're right, there was a Friday the 13th one. I know that there were.
I think they even had an Evil Dead one too. I don't know if that was exactly the same, but there are a lot of those like asymmetrical horror games.
I'm trying to think.
Even Resident Evil dipped its feet in that, right?
Did they?
I think one of the weird Resident Evil multiplayer games in recent years was like that.
I don't know. I'd have to double check on that one. But there are quite a few games like that. Now I will admit that like although I'm not like one to play those kinds of games, I thought that Friday the 3rd or that Halloween game looked pretty cool. Or at the very least, it looks cool to someone who would play those kinds of games.
Right. It's kind of a cool entry into that sort of canon. But I don't know. Maybe I was expecting too much, but I'm a little disappointed that that's the direction they decided to go in.
With like a Halloween related game?
Yeah, just in general. I kind of wish they went for more of a, or at least made that a mode in a full game where there's a single player campaign, because if there's a single player campaign in that game, it's going to be an afterthought.
There won't be a single player. Not that I don't think it's that kind of game. So you would have liked to have seen like a single player related, like story based kind of game, maybe
stealth horror,
maybe like Until Dawn-esque.
Yeah, almost like that.
That would actually be pretty sick, like an Until Dawn kind of game.
This is completely unrelated, but for years I've been saying a Scream game in the style of Until Dawn would be so sick.
That would be pretty sick. Well, I mean,
that's neither here nor there.
Any slasher, any sort of slasher film would work good in the style of Until Dawn,
right?
Where there's like
Halloween like that too.
Yeah, I think that would be sick. Anyway, so I'll move on to a game that I'm looking forward to. It's Crimson Desert. So I
did take note of that one.
Yeah, so I don't know too much about it, but like it's action adventure. I think that there's RPG elements. Action, so like, like medieval fantasy kind of thing. I'm a sucker for shit like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's been like I don't want to say that there's like production, that it was like production hell or anything like that, but it has been delayed a few times.
Right.
So, but to see that it's finally coming out next year, I think it was supposed to come out this year, but to see it finally coming out next year, I'm stoked about, and that'll be one that I plan on picking up.
Yeah, this game did definitely look kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I was like really dialed in on it, but
Mm-hmm.
it caught my eye. It caught my eye.
Yeah, and it's my understanding that there will be some PlayStation exclusive things at launch, but that's about it when it comes to that. So we'll have to. I'm going to be paying closer attention to that one. James, your next one.
I guess, I mean, I know we weren't going to bring this stuff up, or at least I didn't want to bring it up right away, but I do think the Microsoft Flight Simulator reveal was kind of funny. Just the fact that it's coming to PlayStation, I think is kind of funny. But I mean, will I play it? No, but it caught my eye. It was a big reveal.
I will say though that it's not the reveal that I was expecting. Starfield has been getting teased for a while now. But so I was half expecting, well, let me rephrase. I wasn't expecting any Microsoft game to show up in a PlayStation State of Play. I was not expecting that at all. Now, I guess like maybe like with Helldivers going to Xbox, that was shown during an Xbox showcase. So I guess it's not out of the realm of possibility to start seeing these games in either showcase. But I also wasn't expecting that. And once again, I wasn't expecting Flight Simulator. I thought maybe something a bit more high profile, like Starfield would be coming. But that's still in the rumor mill. Nothing. It's just from like the only place that I've heard that is from like the Twitter clout chasing leakers,
right?
In quotes. They've been the ones saying that, oh, Starfield's next, and it just hasn't happened yet, but we'll see. But no, I might check it out. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never been one for flight simulators because honestly, I'm just not good at them.
Battlefield 6 sort of caught my eye. The only Battlefield experience I have is the campaign of, I think 3 is what and I thought it was terrible, but 6 looks like the type of game that could be either actually pretty cool, or it could also be terrible, and it could also be terrible.
I gave up on these games a long time ago.
Yeah. I feel like the military shooter is so overdone at this point, but it looks like they're making a big push for the campaign of this one.
I remember when the military shooter was just like it wasn't modern day related. It was like it was like I remember growing up playing like Medal of Honor. And what was the one that I played a lot? Let's see here. Medal of Honor. Let me see here. What was the one that let's see, I played Medal of Honor. I played Medal of Honor Allied Assault. I want to also say that I played Medal of Honor Frontline. Yeah, those are like the big ones that I played. I played those on computer. Let's see, Windows XP, baby.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh man. That was Windows XP. That was the operating system. Anyway, I would like to see more military shooters go back to like historical time periods, because like they're more interesting. In my opinion, they're more interesting. But
This Battlefield it kind of looks like it's trying to be like the Modern Warfare 2 of today, where it's like pretty near future from what I got from the trailer, like pretty near future conflict that is like kind of believable if you squint. And big action. So it could be fun. Will I pick it up day one? Definitely not, but I'm curious to see people's reactions to it.
The next one that like sort of caught my eye simply because I want to make sure this is I want to just double check and make sure. Yeah, okay. So the one game that sort of that caught my eye was Chronoscript: The Endless End.
That caught my eye.
Simply because like it's in collaboration with I think it was I hope I'm not butchering this because I've never actually like tried to pronounce that often. Shueisha Games. So it's either Shueisha or Shueisha. I don't know. I'd have to double check the pronunciation of it. But that's like the company that owns Shonen Jump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's so so like I don't know if this game is like manga is inspired, but I'm definitely curious to see how that game kind of unfolds. And I do plan on, I actually, once I see more about it, I probably will pick it up, but
yeah,
we'll see for now. It doesn't, I don't think it has, did it have a release window on it? Let me see here. Chronoscript: The Endless End is coming to PS5 in 2026. The year is 2026. After completing a long-running series, an editor takes on a peculiar request that leads him to a manor in a remote mountain. A single mosquito bite sends him spiraling into unconsciousness. When he awakens, he finds himself trapped inside the manuscript pages of an endless story penned by a writer who has lived for 1,000 years. Okay, that sounds fucking sick.
It does.
I'm fucking buying that. Like, no, like for sure. I'm gonna that up. I'm glad that I honestly figured that that's what it was about when I saw the stuff about it. I just hope like looking at some of like the video, and I'll have some video of it playing on screen here while we're talking when the final edit of this video is done. I kind of had an idea, figured that it was sort of like a character sort of stuck in a manga. But yeah. I also I'm looking at this and I'm hoping that it isn't like an insanely difficult platformer.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
During the trailer, that was kind of like to be honest, my level of skill with that type of game is not that high. So I'm hoping it's not like insanely difficult because it looks super cool. The aesthetic is really neat. The art style is awesome. Yeah. And it looks like it could be something really special, but I'm hoping it's sort of accessible enough.
Yeah. So I'll just put it out there. And this show's, and I think the show's running a little long right now, which I'm okay with for like a first show.
Yeah.
But like, I'll just put it out there. I'm not good at platformers, so I stay away from them. I'm just like, I'm not good.
Yeah.
I'm not good at what platformers have become. Platformers have become this, you know, that meme of the guy sweating while he's playing video games, just pouring.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what they've sort of become. I'm not saying that platformers need to be easy, but like, I don't want every step that I'm possibly making to fall on like thorns. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, outside of the usual, the two that we're saving for last, are there any others that caught your eye?
The one last one I did want to mention was Deus Ex Remastered. I've never played the original, but I know it's a very well-beloved game, and it's nice to see it sort of with a new coat of paint. And I think I might get into that.
Well, I gotta say, I have not played the original either, so I think that maybe perhaps for a review on the show, we should both play it.
That's a good idea.
Um, so you heard it here, folks. Future review.
This is the first show guarantee.
Yeah, first show guarantee. We'll both play Deus Ex Remastered. All right, now on to the first of the final. So the first of the
big two.
The first of the big two. So we'll start with Saros. Okay.
Yeah.
So Saros is like the spiritual successor of, what is that game? Returnal.
Yeah.
Did you play Returnal?
I did not, but it looked cool.
So it is definitely a roguelike game. Do you know the whole concept of the roguelikes are? Where like you die and you have to start over. But in theory you're supposed to get stronger with each revival or have a better understanding of how things go. You're breaking up a little bit.
Am I?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're good. Okay. So what were you saying before you cut out?
Oh, so the God of War Ragnarok DLC, Valhalla, is the extent of my roguelike experience.
Yeah. Okay. I actually haven't played that yet. I need to play.
Really?
I have not played the Valhalla DLC.
I thought it was really good.
I need to return to the Norse games. It's been a while since I've done that. There's just been so much other stuff that I've been playing. Anyway, so I did play Returnal. I did not finish it. I'm not good at roguelikes. I'm not good at those at all. And I hadn't realized that I wasn't good at roguelikes until about this time. So like it was about this time that I was experimenting with like Hades and I was experimenting with Returnal, and I realized like basically around that time I was just like, these aren't for me. I couldn't get past the first biome. I couldn't get past the first.
Really?
I couldn't beat the first major boss. Yeah, it's kind of a bullet storm style game where there's just projectiles coming at you all the time. And I'm not gonna. And one thing that I'm also gonna do, like in these shows, I'm not gonna pretend to be better at something than I'm not.
Right.
I'm not good. I'm not good at roguelikes, and I'm not good at these modern day platformers. So I don't play them. So I will not be playing Saros. I won't be playing it because I'm not good at them. I'm not good at them. But I do think that you should check out Returnal. The thing that was really cool about Returnal was that it was sort of it was like a PS5 launch window game.
Yeah.
It came out in spring of 2021. So is that right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, because the PlayStation 5 came out in 2020. So it was a launch window game, and I thought I'd check it out. And it was a really cool. Once again, I don't want to be reductive when I use this terminology. It was a really cool tech demo for the PlayStation 5. It utilized the haptics really, really well. Like if there was rain falling around you, your controller would sort of click, 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 sort of like
that's pretty cool.
Semi-vibrate with each raindrop. And then of course like the usual like how everything worked with like shooting and stuff. And the game was good. The game was solid at launch. I don't remember any problems with it. It was a beautiful game. I just suck at it.
Yeah.
So maybe we might have to bring somebody on the show who will be playing Saros and beat Saros, but it just won't be me.
Right.
Yeah, it won't be me. I don't know about you. Maybe you'll try it and get good at it, but I won't.
I was considering it, and now that you say that about Returnal, maybe I'll check out Returnal before Saros comes out to see if I want to play Saros.
All right, now for the big
one.
Wolverine. So Wolverine was first announced. I think Wolverine was announced. God, was it announced in? When was Wolverine announced?
It was a while ago.
Let's see here. Marvel's Wolverine video game. When was it announced? It was announced in like 2021 or something like that. I don't know.
It was a while ago.
It was a while ago. Oh no, the game was officially announced September 2021. And so roughly 5 years later, the game will be released.
Yeah.
Which isn't terrible. It's not terrible, but I would prefer games to be announced when they're like 12 to 18 months out. Like,
right.
If you're unsure if your game will be released in 2 years, you shouldn't announce it.
Yeah, there's just no reason for it.
Yeah. So we've been sitting kind of waiting for an update on Wolverine for 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. Yeah. So I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if they intentionally waited for September to show something again, like when they first announced it back in 2021. But it looked like it looks cool. It looks cool.
It does.
Yeah. I in our group chat, I always talk about how it's hard for me to get excited for things that are a long ways off. And so if I sound uninterested, it's just simply the game is too far away for me to get excited about. There are other things that I'm currently excited about that are taking up too much space for Wolverine. That's sort of like how I approach it. So it's just like if something is just too far away, it's just like there's no point in being excited about it because who knows, the game could get delayed.
Right.
And, we should always expect it to get delayed too. It probably won't come out until 2026 or 2027. What caught your eye about it? Like, was there anything cool about it that you like? What do you think? What did you think? What did you think?
So, to be completely honest, I wasn't like.
So go ahead. Can you kind of restart your train of thought there?
Yeah. So, to be honest, I wasn't like blown away by the Wolverine teaser. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong. It's probably gonna be a day one buy for me. But maybe it's because I'm more of a Spider-Man fan than like an X-Men fan.
Mm-hmm.
I like the X-Men. I think they're cool, but I vividly remember that first Spider-Man 2 teaser blowing me away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it was like Kraven and Venom, and I feel like, I don't know, I'm not hooked like I was there.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat. Now I'm sure that I'll get more excited for it as it comes along, seeing more gameplay, seeing sort of like what like the core game mechanics are. Like, will there be a level up system similar to Spider-Man's?
Right.
Wolverine isn't a gadget person, so I doubt that there will be gadgets, but I'll be curious to see if they have like if they had I don't want to. I'll be curious to see if what Insomniac substitutes for instead of gadgets. Maybe they'll do something similar to like what Santa Monica did with Kratos' rage mode, where like maybe we'll see something similar to that. But like I want to see more. I know that this was like, honestly, this would have been a better like announcement than what they did 4 years ago. Because there just isn't much for us to go off of yet. Like, we saw some cinematics, we saw a little bit of gameplay, and for all we know, that gameplay could be staged. I'm not saying that it is one way or the other, but you get what I mean. So we don't know what the game truly looks like yet, and they did say that we're going to see some more in the spring. So hopefully so it sounds like there will probably be a dedicated Wolverine state of play in spring.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
In all likelihood, it'll be a good game, but will it reach the heights of those Spider-Man games? It probably will, but it's hard to say yet.
I wonder if we'll see Spider-Man in the game.
That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're going to take place in the same universe, or
I'm sure that they will. I'm sure that since it's being developed by Insomniac, it's going to be in the same universe.
I'd be surprised if they weren't.
Right. With that being said, I really hope Insomniac isn't going to be a Marvel game studio.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this earlier today, and I was thinking, like, Insomniac needs to expand and, like, get another team in there, because I would love to see them reboot Resistance. I want to see more Ratchet and Clank, and I would like to also, like, I wouldn't mind them exploring Sunset Overdrive again. Sunset Overdrive is kind of in a weird state, though. It's owned by Insomniac, but publishing rights are Microsoft's. So, right. But I would love to see them explore more original IPs, because they're also good at that. I mean, they created Ratchet and Clank. They did Resistance. So, but I want to see more Ratchet and Clank. I'm a big Ratchet and Clank fan. I want to see more of that. So I hope that it's just not, and with how long games are in production for, I'm just worried that we're not going to see, like, another Ratchet and Clank for, like, 10 years.
Yeah, so, it would be unfortunate if that's kind of the road they went down. But I'm curious if they do start doing Marvel games more regularly, if they'll end up dividing the studio.
I would love to see them, like, have some studios have multiple teams. So yeah, I'd love to see them get another team in there.
Yeah, I think that would be a smart move for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, with that being said, do we have any final thoughts on the state of play?
Kratos controller looks neat. I'm not going to buy it, but
I'm not going to buy it either. Well, so with all that being said, this is kind of like what we're going to be doing with this show. Now, if there's, of course, PlayStation related news, we'll talk about that. If there's state of plays, we'll talk about that. I'll be straight with you. I don't think I want to sit through 4 hours of the Game Awards.
Definitely not.
This year, I know that we've done that in the past. But we might watch, maybe we'll watch it, but not, like, record it. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm sure that there'll be some good stuff that we'll talk about with that one. But so this show will be released on, what is that, Wednesday, October, or the 31st?
October 1st.
On October this show will be out Wednesday, October 1st. And then 2 weeks later, is that when we're doing the Silent Hill F review?
I think that's our goal. We're shooting for the 15th.
We're shooting for the 15th for Silent. So that'll be our first review episode. And once again, the games don't have to be PlayStation, like, exclusive. They'll, just if the game is on PlayStation, we'll, and we want to review it, we'll be reviewing. And we figured Silent Hill F would be a good one to start with. And then we'll get to Ghost of Yote eventually. It's not high on our priority list, but we'll get there.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it.
We'll get to it when we get to it. That's where we're at with that.
Yeah.
Where it's not high on our excitement list. I gotta finish Death Stranding 2. I gotta
have fun with that.
Platinums, man, they're a bitch. Anyway, any final thoughts?
Not really. The show will probably not usually run this long.
We'll make that our goal. There's going to be tons that we edit out from this anyway. So, all right. Well, with that being said, we'll catch you all in 2 weeks.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching.